Cool. Tommy, how's it going? Welcome. Nice one for jumping in, coming into today's interview. How's it going?
Thanks, Sean. Very well, thanks.
Good.
Delighted to be on a call with you. Lovely to see you again.
Yeah, man, you too. It's basically we're just coming into the end of our time, just working together. So we said we jump on, this video and sort of see how just basically just jam on a couple of things and what you found from working with me really beneficial, and any things from there, just so we can share it with other people. How's that sound?
Absolutely perfect.
Cool.
As I said, delighted to do it.
Brilliant stuff, man. All right, well, let's crack on then. So first off, I'd love to know, Tommy, what did you gain most out of working inside the A1 Elite Club over the last 16 weeks together?
Well, not weight anyway. That was obviously the most important thing. I don't know. I was looking back at kind of last August, September, and I was looking at kind of pictures and stuff, and it reminded me to our first video call as well. And as we were chatting, so myself and Sean were just chatting briefly before we went live in here.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember thinking I was smiling a lot more on this video.
Yeah.
But genuinely, so I just think kind of I'm more content. I'm happy. Much happier with myself. I'm a lot more kind of relaxed. My fitness is a lot better. I have the stats to prove it as regards to weight and stuff. And so I just think the main thing I took from it, I could talk and have spoken at length in the past about how good the program is, but just an overall wellness out of everything, be it physically and mentally.
Yeah.
I'm in a much better place.
Oh man, like I remember the difference from just, being on the phone here now to the first time we were on the phone, and just sort of how, when we were first chatting, of how sick and tired you were with everything up until then. Do you know what I mean? And you've tried all these different things in the past, and, none of them worked. You've gone in and out of different things. And just the difference now, like we were saying, we were chatting before about, how things are going, and you can just see it straight off, the difference in sort of your energy. And obviously you say you're more happy and content as well. You can see that, like, that literally radiates as well. Do you know what I mean? So it's awesome.
It's funny actually as well, because it's Wednesday night now here in Ireland. Obviously Thursday morning in New Zealand.
Thursday morning here in NZ, yeah.
So it's 8:30 on a Wednesday night. I think this was a similar day and time to
That's
our
right,
first
yeah.
call
That's
well.
true.
And I was kind of like, oh yeah, I'm a bit tired. I've been working all day. And I'm always kind of wrecked at this hour of the day. So I was kind of saying, oh, sorry, if I'm a bit kind of sluggish and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, today I've been up since 6 and I've been working all day, and I've done a couple of workouts, and I've been eating, following the nutrition as well. And I'm still good.
There you go.
Bouncing away. I'll be good to go for another couple of hours as well.
That's it. Drinking all your water.
Buckets of it. my fiance got herself a liter, pink of course, water bottle as well over Christmas, and she's lorrying 3 liters into her a day. So yeah, she can. It's rubbing off on her as well, because
that's great, man. That's
drinking water at every opportunity.
Yeah, it's so important. Like, do you know what I mean? Obviously, it's great now that you can sort of play that role model and, lead someone else in, living a healthier lifestyle as well, now that you sort of know from working with me what's required. So that's awesome to hear. I appreciate that. So yeah, remind me of sort of what are the main results that we saw and that you saw really yourself, in relation to weight loss. You mentioned obviously as well just about your mobility and some injuries you had before. So yeah, talk to me about that.
Yeah, so the main thing, I suppose, you had said to me before as well, like, it's not all, don't be focusing so much on the scales and this, because you wanted me kind of to be in a good place as well, not just be focused on the scales and focus on the weight.
Exactly.
But when it comes down to it, it is one of the first things you look at. And
of course,
I started working with you, I was around the 94 kilogram mark.
Yep.
And when I weighed myself around kind of Christmas time, I was going down to 93. That's completely wrong. 83. God, people are like, what? You lost what? In 16?
No, he didn't just lose a kilo.
We can edit that out. But I was down to 83 point something. I had said to you as well, when I got down towards 84, the 84 was a long-term kind of goal for me, because I'm kind of aware I don't want to just continuously lose weight and
Exactly.
go down,
Yeah.
because I'm a tall person as well, and I don't want to be a rake of a thing either. So,
Not-
you know, I
not
wanted
be
to
a
get
stick.
down to
Yeah.
those
Mm.
into low kind of 80s. And it was around that time as well that you had started to tell me to focus a lot more on toning and tightening up and getting, you know, on a lot of muscle building, because we'd gone through the fat loss part of it as well.
Yeah.
I could see the fat loss percentage, my fat percentage
Yeah,
had
body
gone
fat
down
percentage.
into body fat percentage, sorry, had gone down into the teens as well. You know, I was the first few weeks as well, like, you know, because I was taking my pictures every Monday night.
That's right.
But then as the months went on, you know, I started to see the changes, and you know, I mean, I was so happy with the last couple of pictures that I took. It was just like genuinely happy.
Yeah.
I hated one of the things I said to you on one of our first calls is like going on a sun holiday.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even be taking my shirt off. I wouldn't have
Weren't
been comfortable at all.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you know, these things are very important to me, because I'm getting married.
Yeah.
I get married in October, but I kind of wanted to set a base for this early this year, as opposed to setting the wedding as a target or the summer target. I wanted to, which I'd said to you at the beginning as well, and you said we'll hit those targets by January, and we did.
So, we did. We sure did. That's it, man. Amazing.
Energy is up. All the stats I wanted down are down. I feel good.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm in a good place after everything. So I'm just so appreciative. But
yeah. Nah, man, it's been great. It's been really, really good. Coaching you the last few months has been amazing. So, and you mentioned as well, just a little bit about like your mobility side of things. You know, that's something I obviously like to incorporate in the program as well. A lot of people out there might be thinking, oh well, you know, I have an injury, so I may not be able to start any exercise or anything like that until I get that sorted. But yeah, sort of tell me a little bit about, you know, if you had any, like you mentioned before, I remember that you had like a back sort of tweaking, your back was tweaking a lot. Obviously, you know, so I sort of work from at home. So how did that help?
I was a walking injury for years. I'm 37 in a few weeks, but since I was a teenager, my back was always an issue. You know, I've done my hamstrings. You know, I've done everything that a person can do, from a mixture of obviously sport at a younger age, but then just daily wear and tear then. But I would kind of tweak it a lot, and I was a bit worried as well, because a lot of the home exercises, be it the HIIT and that, it involved a lot of stretching and a lot of mobility, and I was a bit unsure because I've never done them before.
Exactly. Yeah.
And when I started working, I started getting into them. I could really feel the stretch, but at the same time, I wasn't sure kind of the benefit of it. And it was only when the weeks started, the days, the weeks, everything started moving on. You know, my back felt so much looser. I said to you as well that, you know, sometimes you had me scheduled in to do it in the evening time, but I was doing the first thing in the morning when I got up, because it was a way to set me up for the day.
Yeah.
And it's stretching.
Yeah.
And it's not like you're sweating away for 15 or 20 minutes, but it's so good, and it loosens you up so much.
Yeah.
I haven't
so
had
beneficial
back problems in ages. And I genuinely haven't had back problems. I had only one injury last year when I was dealing with you. That was the sole of my foot.
Yeah.
And that was when I was doing my cross country running as part of the program. I just obviously ran on a rock.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
You're in New Zealand. You can't be at fault for a rock on a cross country course in Ireland. So, but all of the muscle injuries and these things, I don't have as many of them. I used to do everything. I hurt my back last year. Well, the year before last, had to go get dry needling. I was trying everything to fix it.
Yeah.
So the mobility, you know, it's, I'm not going to say I swear by it and all this, but I'll be doing it. And even if people don't have the time, like, you know, if they can 5 minutes anywhere, doesn't even have to be on a mat. They can do it anywhere.
Exactly. It can be anywhere.
It's so good. It's so easy and so beneficial.
Yeah, that's it, man. And like, you know, that's the thing obviously nowadays as well. You know, some people, and with everything, do you know what I mean? I think it's just the way sort of things are going nowadays, is everyone's always looking for the next, you know, sort of quick fix, or like something that's just going to be done straight away. Whereas, and then they're not willing to put in like the work, not just the work, but like what's required sometimes in order, because it might take a little bit longer. And like that's okay. Do you know what I mean? Like both are okay, but really sort of, I'm really happy for you to hear, obviously, that you saw the benefits out of, what I included inside of the program for not just your mobility and, the weight loss stuff as well, but all the nutrition knowledge that you've learned along the way too. So tell me a bit more about sort of trusting the program when it came down to nutrition, because I remember you were a bit hesitant at the start. With everything,
I mean,
you were like, I've done it this way before. So
it wasn't even that. I was a little bit worried because there were a lot of stuff, and I was like, I couldn't see myself eating it every day.
Yeah.
It wasn't that I had an overly bad diet, but because I'm always I'm always busy, and then I've always stuff, I just like kind of eating quick, and that might be healthy or unhealthy, but I like kind of eating quick. But it was when you had put the structure in, your 3 meals a day, and then your snacks, and then you're tracking everything. I was thinking, God, like, not only is I don't know if I'm gonna have 3 meals a day and then snacks thrown into it, but how am I going to eat all these veg and all this kind of stuff? And I just protein shakes, and I just couldn't see myself actually eating and drinking all this stuff until I started. And I was like, okay, everything tastes really good.
Yeah,
I'm full after using the right amount of portions. So by using the portion control with each meal, and then put the water in on top of that as well. And I'm full. Whereas before, I probably would have been eating 2 or 3 times the amount, because I just presumed that was the amount that my body needed.
Exactly.
And it wasn't.
No.
And I was eating loads of different veg that I wouldn't have really eaten before. They're like even for breakfast, and having that kind of. I would never thought of making something like breakfast fried rice at nighttime and having it, with 8 eggs in it, and having it next morning. Such an easy way to get the likes of eggs in. Using avocado, using the different oils, all this kind of stuff was just. And once I did my shopping, I couldn't wait to get cooking.
Yeah, exactly.
It was just and the way you beat the portion control and kind of keeping an eye on the calories. And cutting and actually discovering as well through the leaflets that you had done up for me, what's actually pretty bad for you as well, which I wouldn't have been overly aware. But again, it's not that you just avoid all of it's not that you just stop eating pasta, stop eating.
Exactly.
It's all about portion. It's all about portion control.
That's it. Everything is always down to like moderation and portion control, for sure. Do you know what I mean? And there's so many of us that can, like, as you already mentioned, like underestimate how much we're eating. So really it wasn't cutting anything drastically out. It was just maybe a little bit because of your goals, but like actually it was just giving your body what it needed in relation to like the protein, the carbs, and the nice balance of healthy fats and veggies and everything. But that's like, you never want to restrict anything. You don't want to restrict anything, because otherwise you don't enjoy it. So, and
I was just saying that it's part of my life now.
Yeah.
Whereas it took a bit of practice and a bit of getting used to it in the morning. I was like, okay, no, I have to this. Hang on, have I got my fistful of this? Have I got my palmful of this? Yeah. But now I know all that.
Yeah.
Because I've done it every day, every week for 16 weeks, and I'm just so used to it now that I don't even think about it. And all that stuff is in my press now. All that, like all the stuff for the shakes, all the fruit, the peanut butter, the protein powder, everything is here for me now because it's part of my shopping list. I don't even think about, because of the program I'm on, I have to buy this. It's part of my life.
It's part of, you've made it a lifestyle change. That's exactly it. And that's what we're doing. It's amazing. Love it. Nice one, Tommy. Well, look, sort of just got, 1 or 2 more questions. So yeah, definitely, as I say, this has been amazing sort of, transformation that you've had while working together. It's been really, really awesome to see, and you've been a privilege to work with. So, and we know all your specific results. So for you, what would you say was the main, like if you were just to pick one thing, what would have been the main insight from working together that, you got from the program?
The main insight?
Yeah.
Or the main takeaway?
The main takeaway. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, it always helps to have help. Yeah. If that makes sense. I'd be very kind of independent with a lot of things that I do. And like, especially like, this day and age, I'll go online, I'll find out how to do this.
Yeah, of course.
But kind of having you at the end of the phone, be it WhatsApp or Facebook or whatever, it really helped to drive on. And at the same time, I was always conscious to do everything every day because I didn't kind of want to let you down, because you're putting a lot of effort in as well into building the program. So I was kind of conscious about that.
That's it.
So that's actually something, that's definitely something I took away, that I realized I did need help. There's no way I would have done it without help, not a hope.
And that's a very hard thing for a lot of people to admit to themselves. Do you know what I mean? Not that you necessarily need help, but just that you sort of need someone there by your side to support you and
exactly.
like, you know, hold you accountable. And, you know, sort of, yeah, just coach you towards your results. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, literally there to support you. Like you mentioned already, like in your corner. Do you know what I mean? Like go and I got a question about this. Oh, right. Yeah. And then I actually give you the answer. Do you know what I mean? Rather than you trying to go onto Google, trying to find an answer, and you're given fucking 10 million answers on the same thing. So you're just like, well, what fucking one do I choose?
Exactly. You know? But you see, it's a thing about it. It's a brutally honest answer that comes from you, because you know me and you know my body and you know my diet and you know kind of different things. And my question would be specific to me.
Yeah.
And you're like, you sometimes you give me answers like, well, actually, hang on now, where we're going over the next few weeks, maybe you should do this.
Exactly.
As regards nutrition, or maybe you should do this as regards weight training.
Yeah. It's not just a generic answer. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So that for me, like that was a big takeaway. The value of, for me, it was, even when I started doing the kind of and I've done this on every call that we've had. Every time I talk about it, I always look at the floor.
Right.
At the floor, because that's where I was doing my exercises at the beginning. And I remember being on that mat for the first couple of exercises. I'd be like, oh my God. Like I was dead after half them, but they're so good. There were times where I'm like, is it even worth it? Like I'm doing it now for like, okay, this is 20 minutes now in the evening time, and I'm doing like, you know, the different kind of planks and stuff. But suddenly as the weeks are going on, and then you're seeing changes, the value of sticking to it. Yeah. Because you've obviously made the program, and you know, and you do these exercises yourself in your own life. And especially when I saw you doing it on Facebook, okay, he does these exercises, so obviously it helps. Yeah. But doing the dynamic plank and the lunges and the HIIT training as well, the high intensity training at nighttime, and being able to do it in my sitting room. Yeah. And as the weeks roll on, seeing the results suddenly come in week after week, and you're like, holy shit. And then I'm like, I need to get back on that mat. Yeah, exactly. You know, then the incentive is there because you can see the results coming in. I'm not talking about results from sitting on the scales. I'm talking about results from the camera. Yeah. Looking at the camera, taking pictures of you. Results of knowing that I have a lot more energy. And up here as well. And I feel good, and your mind is almost fresher or something. Fresher, less sort of fogginess and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. But brilliant. Yeah, those, I mean, just to kind of, those are the main things that I would definitely take away, because it's so easy just to turn around and say, oh, well, the nutrition or the weight training or the results or my scales and all. Yeah. But those things for me are, they were important. Beautiful. All right, Tommy, before we finish off, would you recommend the program to others, or if you want to mark it out of 10, whichever you want to do, what works best for you? I'm biased, obviously. You know, if I was marking out 10, I would give it an easy 11. But I have to recommend it. I'm also really interested to kind of stay in touch with everybody. Like I've explained to Sean as well that, excuse me, I'll be back in a few months' time. I hope to get involved with Sean again, because obviously we've come around to the wedding. But like even in a year or two after that, I could like come back again, because you never know when you want to change things. But I'm so interested to see how other people get on in the program, because I'm so confident in it, and I got such good results from it. Yeah. And it's funny because I did put in the work over the 16 weeks. You did. And at the beginning, I didn't expect much, because I've never got proper results of stuff that I've done before, be it running. Ran for weeks and gone on like running 5Ks and doing all this kind of stuff. But that nutrition balanced with the training, and then seeing results at the end, for me, the whole package of the program, everything kind of rolled into one, worked, and it worked. Awesome. And one of the first things I said to you as well, that I'd never take my shirt off at a beach, or I'd never do this, and I would most certainly would never share pictures of me. Definitely before, I put the before and after pictures, but now I'm happy for you to use my before and after pictures, because
Amazing.
And you're the only person I would allow to use them or to even look at them. Now, but I'm happy now for other people to look and see them, because I want people to see. I think you can even see in my face. It was the 13th.
Yeah.
It was the 13th of September, 2021, and you can actually see. Not talking about the shape of the face. You can see in my face. I'm kind of, I'm just not there.
Not there.
And I wasn't. I don't even know if I was overly confident at the beginning. But
yeah.
if you look at the last picture.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, I remember. Love it.
I was bounced out of the photo frame, and I did the chin up, and I was figuring away at myself.
That's it, man.
Sorry,
change on the inside and the outside. That's exactly what you want. It's amazing.
Exactly, and I'll take that for as long as I live and breathe. I'll say that you are the man to get that stuff done for people. 100%.
Cheers, Tommy. Appreciate it, man. Awesome. Well, look, really, really appreciate your time coming on today and having a chat with me, Tommy. So, yeah, go and enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll speak to you very well. I'm sure we'll catch up, and you'll keep me updated on everything over the next couple of months. Definitely, we'll be chatting before the wedding. So, yeah, have a good one, man, and talk soon. All right, take it easy.
No problem,
Thanks very much. Great to have you.
And you too. Great to see you. And anybody ever wants to know any more about the program that they're too afraid to ask Sean because I mightn't get an honest answer, I'm your man.
He's your man.
I'll fill you in. Sean, thanks a million for having me on.
Tommy, no worries.
Thanks for everything.
No worries. You're so welcome, man. It was great to have you. All right, take it easy, mate. Speak soon.
Cheers, man. Good luck.